G'day viewers, welcome back. Welcome back, AZ.
Hello, I'm back, Az.
And it's the end of another year. Another totally fucked up year has passed. And I do like to do a bit of a retrospective. What were the most fucked up things that we covered this year?
There were so many.
It's actually spoiled for choice, to say the very least. And I'm bringing up a list here because we're not the only one doing year-end lists, of course. Everyone and their dog does year-end lists. I did find this rather special one. Apparently, the US Consumer Product Safety Commission has created a searchable database of emergency room visits. So you can search on all sorts of things, including who got what stuck in what orifice. I shit you not. There's a link down below that you can read to your heart's content of various things reported in emergency room. Look, let's just go straight to rectum, okay?
Yeah.
That's where the action's really going to be.
Yeah.
Mind you, the ear, nose, throat, and penis and vagina have their moments in the sun as well. But once you get to rectum, the list includes pencils, shampoo bottle, cologne bottle, lotion jar, soda can, soda bottle, flashlight, bathtub stopper, a broken shot glass, sock, ice pack, end of a curtain rod. A quote, the patient states he was experiencing an itchy rectum and inserted a remote control to scratch. Look, who hasn't thought that's the most sensible thing to do in that scenario?
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
And there's the obvious ones like vibrator.
Bingo!
Yeah. What?
You said when it gets to 6 that I've had, go bingo and I get a prize.
No, that's the voices in your head again. No one really wants to hear that.
Oh, I was looking forward to the prize.
Vibrator batteries.
Yeah.
Cover a vibrator, tip a vibrator. Big purple
it's hard to get
dildo.
the batteries back in there when you've got the batteries out. It's a good trick, though. They could do it in France.
Yeah. That's why you end up in the emergency room. Lighter, toy submarine, toothbrush holders, 2 halves of a bar of soap, which just makes a bar of soap, really.
Really. That was a bit, I wanted to.
Bit superfluous.
Yeah.
Pool ball,
Chewing on a mint.
a lit bottle rocket, which apparently didn't go well. I wonder if it's... At what point did it get lit? That's not clear. Like, was it just sticking out and they asked in the emergency room, is that still live? And the guy whipped out a lot of guns. Let's see!
Let's go! Or was it, I'm...
Just the burn marks.
I'm just happening to be bent over on the balcony and...
Yeah, which way was it going?
Well,
yeah.
not an eye. Brown eye.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, not good. But that's someone else's list. Look, our list, and in fact, the things up the bottom reminded me of a guy who, when he first came up, I picked him as a TFU Hall of Famer. And it's the combo when you get a headline where it's a drunk, naked, masturbating racist stuck a fire extinguisher up his ass while hurling abuse and urinating.
yes.
It's the combination that does it. Okay?
There are some artisans in the world left to bring to us those kinds of concepts of complete work. Here is a man who's gone out of his way and into our way to make sure that everyone's way has gone a little sideways.
Yeah. I mean, look, any one of those, you just go, probably wouldn't even make the news. But seriously, being able to combine stripping naked for no readily apparent reason, pissing, masturbating, being really drunk, hurling incorrect racial abuse at hotel staff, and topping it all off by jamming a fire extinguisher up your ass. That is the artistry right there.
That's a statement. You've gone beyond parody and into our hearts.
Yeah.
Through our bums.
Yeah, and possibly the only people not impressed were the people of Sheffield, because that's what he shouted at the top of his lungs. I'm from
Sheffield!
And I think around England at that point, when that was reported on the evening news, you may have heard this weird slapping noise, which was every other citizen of Sheffield slapping their forehead, including the racists, I reckon, have probably gone, really? Okay, good.
Oh, he's one of ours. Oh.
Yeah. So he's our individual of the year, I think. But I think the biggest overall TFU story of the year, because it just kept coming and kept recurring and reached so far and so deeply, was, let's just call it spying. The Snowden revelations that went from the creepy everything you've always thought about every phone, email, everything being surveilled, that's true.
It's actually true, yeah.
True to weird and pointless shit like the German Chancellor's phones tapped.
Yeah.
Why? And it spilled out into Australia when it was revealed that Australia's spying on our neighbour to the north, Indonesia, which ended up threatening all these really important trade deals. It's like, it's gone from the creepy to the ridiculous and pointless. So it's, you have no privacy, okay? There is no such thing. You have your own life up until the point someone in power decides you don't deserve it anymore. And that's just creepy. So that's something we've all just got to live with from now on.
Or you can do helpful things every now and again. What I like to do is take a bucket of petrol or oil and paint little slogans on ovals and on parliamentarians' lawn. It's a thing, and it will get you surveilled. But if you do things like love, happiness, peace, joy, yeah, you get surveilled a lot, and it's annoying to them, but you won't actually go to jail. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, but as speaking of going to jail, what we've learned from Mr. Snowden, Mr. Assange, don't embarrass people in power.
Don't do that.
Because for all the hyperbole of, oh, our secrets, oh, aiding the enemy, horse shit, all those guys have done is embarrass powerful people by bringing out into the open and making shit undeniable that everyone kind of sort of knew already. And as a result, they've been threatened with execution by a whole array of people in the US government and various other enforcement agencies in the US and around the world.
You made me look like a dick. Now I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, so that's the takeaway. Don't embarrass powerful people if you want to lead any sort of a life, okay? That's why Snowden's hiding in Russia. That's why Assange is hiding in an embassy and won't go anywhere with an extradition treaty with the US. Because they're both directly being threatened with death. Maybe it wouldn't happen, but they have been overtly threatened with it. So,
and they torture shit out of them just to find stuff out.
Oh, yeah, look at what happened to Manning while in custody. The psychological and probably physical torture inflicted. Creepy as fuck. But that's our world, guys.
Whatever.
That's why it's called Totally Fucked Up Friday, because that's what the world gives us. And I want to, from big picture down to micro, I think the most fucked up court case this year, and again, a lot of competition, a lot, so many, and you might have your own personal favourite / most hated, but I think for sheer impact, the biggest, most fucked up court case of the year was the Zimmerman trial. George Zimmerman shot Trayvon Martin, was found not guilty of any crime because of the bizarreness of the stand your ground thing and the absolute must protect gun rights at any cost whatsoever mentality. This is now case law. This is precedent. The takeaway message is completely innocent black person can be shot dead and the shooter suffer no repercussions. You might have chased them down. You may have ignored advice saying, don't follow him. You're going to shoot an unarmed, completely innocent teen, and you will have everyone and their dog defending you, and you will suffer no punishment.
At all.
At all.
It just reminds us of the good old days. Nigger, don't let the sun go down on you in...
Anywhere.
Really?
Literally anywhere. We've got to say gated communities, but this, it's just basically, it seems to have now written into law, if you're black, there is a big... We always knew the cops could do it, okay? Cops with impunity. It's a tough thing, but now private citizens can chase you down and shoot you. Yay! And look, speaking cops, again, almost every week, every other week, I've been able to find a story of cop abuse of power. Slightly hard to pick the most fucked up of the year.
This one's a beauty, though.
But late in the year came this one from New York. It happened in September and started getting reported in December. What happened in September? A troubled man wandered into the traffic in Times Square, causing a scene. Cops tried to calm him down. They said he went for his pocket. They thought he was going for a gun, so they opened fire. Now, if they'd shot him, even if they'd shot him dead, turns out he's unarmed, right? Even if they'd shot him dead, that would be bad. But what elevates this to seriously fucked up is they missed and hit bystanders. Now we've gotten very bad, okay? But what elevates this to most totally fucked up of the year is they successfully charged the guy with felony assault, arguing, and a judge said, yeah, let's go ahead with this case, arguing it's his fault the bystanders got shot. They're saying he is criminally responsible for the cops shooting bystanders.
Oh, yeah. That is the biggest case of a big boy did it and ran away in history. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I've actually got a few bystanders I want to off.
Yeah.
So, and I know where I can get it, crazy guy. So, basically, I'm just going to be lining them up. This is brilliant. Oh,
Yeah.
and they finally tased him later.
Yeah, after they shot a few bystanders, calmer heads prevailed and said, let's stop with the bullets.
Should we tase him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we could have done that to start with.
Yeah. But anyway, Jesus, that's just like, that's the most extreme sort of stop resisting that I've ever heard. That's just, oh my God.
Resisting.
I feel like I need to finish on something that's almost a bit lighter, a bit less soul-crushing. But another one from really late in the year, just this week, what I will cite without hesitation is the most fucked up social media fuck-up of the year. Various people have said and done stupid things on the various social medias, but I actually made a separate video about this. But yeah, Justine, the hashtag of the year, has Justine landed yet? When this woman, who's a PR rep for a major internet company, tweeted just before getting on a plane to Africa saying, I'm going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS. Just joking, I'm white.
Oh, that hurts me.
But look, when you look at this person's history, the other things they tweeted, which were at best insensitive, clearly someone's going with the, I'm going to be outrageous and get noticed.
I'm going to be on the edge.
And it's just like, people who aren't funny shouldn't try and be funny.
It's just, it's one of those things. If you're not that guy who can give shit in a friendly way, don't. Just don't do it. Because it comes out as offensive, mean-spirited and shitty, Justine.
Yeah, and I think, the thing that elevated this to spectacular is she did this just before she got on the flight, long flight, and it all exploded while she was in the air. So she had no idea she had become world famous as an utter fuck-up.
As a total fuck-up.
Until she landed in Africa. And I just imagine fronting up to African media, who rumour has it was swarming the airport with.
You are white and don't have AIDS. Would you like some? What do you... I mean, she's a PR genius.
The combination of she supposedly works in PR. And of course she lost her job, and you've got these people going, free speech. Oh, for fuck's sake! She's supposed to represent people. Who's gonna want to be represented by someone who could do something that fucking stupid?
Couple of issues here, Justine. Firstly, you're an insensitive, nasty bitch, and two, you don't know how to work your phone so that it's private, and you're handling millions of dollars of our PR. I think you're fired.
Yeah. It's just, the combination of that, and I bet no one's going to learn. Someone will do something even more spectacular next year. Hey, let's have fun in the comments, both if you think I've missed something that's more fucked up than anything we did mention. Hey, your predictions for the new year.
Yeah, please.
What do you think will happen next year that was more fucked?
The tops this year's fuck-ups.
So, I think we both know, we all know, the sky's the limit. Every time we think we've found the lower level, the pit of human failing, someone digs deeper.
Impresses. I mean, and in Australia, in the coming year, we've got lots of high hopes for our current federal government.
I think we might make a separate video where we just argue who's the most fucked in our federal government, because there's quite a competition going on.
Real bloody front
runners. There's some serious contenders.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a subject for serious debate, or mainly, maybe, mindless mudslinging. We'll decide on that.
Yeah, and a bit of the old human defecant smearing, I think, on self or others.
So, look, we'll leave it for there. We're going to keep making videos. I hope you're going to be back watching them. But, yeah, that's the most totally fucked up for this year. But we all know it's only going to get worse from here.